cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I'm your host, K Money, and in the building with me, my co-host Slash, Freddie G, and Comedian 96. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. You can find us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast, Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast, and if you're on YouTube, don't forget to like and or subscribe. What's up, fellas? Welcome to another True Tuesday episode. Fellas, have you guys heard of Return to the Land?
Return to the Land?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
This is a settlement which was founded by Eric Orwell and Peter Sizer back in 2023. And this is a whites-only private members association. And the leader claims that it allows them to bypass housing discrimination laws. Now, this organization, or association as they want to be called, excludes black people, Jewish people, and people in that's part of the LGBTQ individuals, and they pretty much have been known to aggressively support the Nazi regime or beliefs. It promotes white supremacy and ethno-nationalist views, and members undergo a screening process just to be accepted. Now, honestly, I don't.
It's like some KKK type shit.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah. Now, this is in Arkansas, and again, this is they've purchased approximately 160 acres, and what they've done is they've actually built their own
cult
community.
It's a cult.
You say a cult.
No, but real talk, Slash. Yeah. That's exactly what it is, in my opinion. In the past, I've never heard where cults have actually purchased their own land. I just thought that they were occupying, property that was on the land. Uh-huh. I feel that this is pretty smart to purchase your own land and build on it and form your own community. And I don't really have any gripes against it. As long as the things that you're doing is peaceful and you're not bothering nobody else.
Yeah.
However, I just feel that if other ethnicities did the same thing, they would be harassed and there would be a lot of red tape in order for them to operate.
Right.
Versus how this group is able to operate, and they're able to raise money as well. They have different ways that they're raising money, which is helping to fund their stance, I guess, or beliefs. How do you guys feel about this, man?
I
here it is, 2023.
I feel like it's a cult. I feel like that.
I don't understand why it's not being called a cult or being categorized, put in that category.
But did you say that they it's not for nobody but
they don't allow blacks?
Yeah, see,
you can't be a Jew.
Right there.
Wow.
LGBTQ.
That's cult. That's cult activity.
Cult-like characteristics.
My thing is this: within this community of these 160 acres or whatever.
160 acres.
Okay, so within
they do
this
have
community,
approximately 300 members, I believe.
So are they gonna have like a school and all of this stuff, or
more than likely?
They're homeschooling and doing all. That's what I'm saying. They're building their own community.
That's some cult shit.
Well, I will say this, and I'm not coming to their rescue. The Amish. I don't know if they allow black or not. I don't know.
Bro, them people had 2 and 3 different wives on their little area because it was legal for them. They felt like that was cool.
Those are Mormons.
Mormons. But ain't those the same people?
He's speaking of
the Amish
people.
Mormons are not Amish.
They don't have no landline, no electricity. Woodcraft.
Right.
Everything. Yeah.
Amish people.
Yeah. So I don't know if they allow blacks though.
But the Mormons is similar to this.
Yeah, the Mormons. I don't think they allow blacks. I think. mistaken. I don't want to.
I don't know, because the Mormons, they're the ones be on the bicycles riding through the neighborhood.
Oh yeah, because I seen a black guy on one.
Trying to sign you up for that.
Yeah, I seen a black guy.
And I don't think they really talk to black people much.
Well, I seen one black just one time.
No, I've actually, believe it or not, bro, where I just moved from, which was A-Leaf, and you guys know how A-Leaf is. They call it SWAT.
Yeah.
We actually had them, two of them occupy a unit in the complex that I lived in, which I thought was pretty odd
for them.
Mm-hmm. You know, but it was two young. They had to be in their mid-20s, young white men, and they would get on their bicycles. They apparently wasn't afraid of the area.
They wasn't afraid. Now they don't be scared.
But
they ain't scared.
You know, but you know how that area is, because every gas station, you know, you got them hustlers out there slanging it. And
they wasn't scared.
But to go back to this group here, man, one of the things that they did when screening applications, and one of the questions or some of the things that they asked were, you had to tell them where you were from, you had to discuss your beliefs, talk about your ancestry. So they made sure that you weren't tied, tied to something that they definitely didn't believe in.
Man, that sounded like the KKK, because they didn't like Jews either, man.
Well, again, they did practice, white supremacy and things of that nature. And the founder, Eric Orwell, he was a big fan of David Duke. David Duke is the leader of KKK. Right. So that pretty much gives you an idea on what he stood for.
And this is now, right? This is
now going on in 2023.
You know, when you have MAGA being as large as what they making that, you have stuff like this come about, you know, because they I bet you can catch them all with a red hat on, you know what I'm saying, because this is what that sounds like to me. I mean, it don't sound
it sound a little deeper than MAGA, like, cause they talking about no Jews, no blacks.
So here's the thing: what do you need 160 acres of land for? What are you gonna do? See,
well, I don't have a problem with that. Build on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They doing the right thing. I have no problem with what they're doing, as long as, again, they're not disrespecting anybody else and trying to push their beliefs across on anybody else.
Yeah. But what happens?
I have no problem with it.
When you saying no blacks allowed, no Jews, what happens if it's 160 acres of land? I'm traveling, I have a flat,
and you have to go through there.
Yeah.
See, that's my thing. Because it's gonna be a problem.
You gonna kill me or you gonna help me? What you gonna do?
It's gonna be a problem when they pull somebody in there, and then we find out they've been hiding bodies in that 160.
Exactly.
acres.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
That's why it's a concern to have that much land, and you create a community. We don't know what's on that land. You don't want us over there. So anything you want to do to us, you can do, and we not gonna never know, because we ain't invited over there in the first place.
We gotta go through 160.
They still have to abide by laws now. Just because they have their own land doesn't exclude them from the government laws.
Right. Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So right, do y'all recall the movement Malcolm X used to talk about, for the most part, about us having our own land and all? Even so, where Muhammad Ali, because he was famous, he would actually kind of talk about, hey, us getting our own and doing our own and having our own and building our own community. Right. And then on top of that, think about Black Wall Street, when we had our own, build our own, and this was our community.
Right.
Now, I'm not siding with them, but there are a lot of different races who feel like they should have their own. Case in point, like I just mentioned, on top of that, think about the Asian community in Chinatown, in every city almost that you go into, right? Think about those. Think about certain Hispanic areas where they're building up and doing what they want to do, right? So just because you want to have your own and build your own and keep certain individuals out, there may be signs that you're racist, but that doesn't mean that you are a murderer. That doesn't mean that you want to lynch people. You just want to stick to your own.
Yeah.
And so this is not me taking up for them or whatever the case may be, but we know that the black experience, we know that people like that tend to want to harm people who look like us.
And not to cut you off, Comedian 96, but that just brings the point that Comedian 96 was mentioning, though. We know from past, and it wasn't just a certain community, this was pretty much all of America that wasn't accepting us as blacks. So to have to be able to travel through this 160 acres, if you're traveling and this is pretty much your only route, do you detour and go all, you know?
Well, no, you don't. Because look at it this way. Let's look at it this way. So, I don't know if y'all recall, but there was a point in time where driving through Bel Air.
Yes, still is.
Driving through Bel Air for black folks, you wasn't really supposed to be I mean, you called up driving through Bel Air, right?
Especially at night, yeah.
But here's the thing, though.
Bel Air right here in Texas, right here.
Houston, Texas.
Yes, sir.
So, but here's the thing, though. For some individuals, it would deter them. But for others, they would be like, no, I'm not breaking the law. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm going to go through here. And I'm going to do that. There's some individuals that know what Vidor, Texas is like. Mm-hmm. But they got to get to their destination. And some individuals may be afraid and drive around Vidor to get to their destination. But then you have others who say, you know what? I'm going through Vidor.
It's only a 7-minute drive.
I'm going through Vidor. Yeah. So when you ask, will that deter individuals? And you know, man, I think it really depends on the individual and what their heart is, what they made of. And I'm not saying that individuals that drive around are cowards or nothing like that. I'm not saying that. But it just depends on the individual and how they're feeling that day.
Well, no, I'm just pretty much saying, with this community being new like it is, 2023, it hasn't been around long enough, in my opinion, for those type of stories to even start to get out. But again, just based on our past, I can see if they're believing the way, if they're believing and practicing, you know, white supremacy for a black family or a Jewish family to get caught traveling, breaking down, whatever the case may be. Who knows?
Yeah, we know the history of this country.
So you can't help but think, you know, this is a possibility that you may have to deal with this type of.
Of course.
So how we
let me shoot this to you. And again, this is me not siding with them, but look at it this way. Y'all remember Third Ward back in the day?
Yeah.
Y'all remember Fourth Ward back in the day? Mm-hmm. Now, if white folks was getting caught coming through there, man, they getting the brakes beat off of them. Hell, even certain areas, black on black. If you went through the CUNY homes back in the day,
true.
You getting the brakes beat off of you. True. You getting the brakes beat off of you. So I think that what you're saying, you're right. I'm in agreement with you. There is a based upon this history. But nah, man, once a person claim their territory and how they want to run their territory and do that, hell, you can go in California right today. I can't wear blue going through a Crip area. Right. I can't wear red going through a certain area. So,
well, hopefully, I just feel, you know, there is the law would be enforced in this area regardless of your color or you know, who's in charge of this area, and you know, and people. If that's the case, I can see people respecting their space, you know what I'm saying? Again, you know, you're gonna have people traveling, so as long as you're allowing them to go to and from, and in case anything happens in the midst of them traveling, mm-hmm. you allow them to take care of their business and they can keep it moving. You know, I don't have a problem with what these people are doing.
What makes me, I don't know what it is about blacks and our acceptance, but if you ever notice, even now these days, you go into the Asian area, it's all Asians or Hispanic area, they don't mind you being there, but you can feel the impliedness of, we really don't want you here. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but
you go to Hispanic area, you go to Asian area. Yeah, they accept you, but they give you that side eye like, why are you here?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
why that is.
Yeah, but us, we accept everybody. Anybody coming in the neighborhood, we acceptance of anybody. Doesn't matter what race you are. Blacks, that was what I'm talking about.
Right.
So it's a trip how you can go to another neighborhood and you can just feel it. You can feel these people don't want me here. These people
and
don't
they
want me
watching
here.
you every move.
Yeah, these people don't want me
Yeah, I
here.
get that.
Well, where is that 160 acres? Where
This is in Arkansas.
In Arkansas.
I think it's Ozark, Arkansas.
It's in the Ozarks? Oh, I was talking about vacation in there. Oh, no, not now.
Well, I mean, they may be good people. They
Ah,
may really be generally
Now
good
the
people.
Ozark you thinking about? Because I think there may be more than one.
there's only one Ozark. That's that I know of. Is Arkansas.
Now there's a TV show called The Ozark, and I don't think it's in Arkansas.
Yeah, it's in Arkansas.
That show?
It's in Arkansas. It's in Arkansas.
Okay, that's a beautiful spot. Then
Yeah, it is.
I can
It's in
understand your
Arkansas.
reaction.
Yeah, it's not too far because I used to do a lot of comedy up in Arkansas, up in Little Rock. It's about 30 minutes from Little Rock.
Oh, okay,
So,
I didn't think that was in Arkansas.
yeah, that's why I was like, you can do a little vacation up there. You can drive there because it's only 6 hours.
But they're actually looking to expand. They have they're looking at I think Chicago, which I know they're gonna have problems with, and they actually already have something in works in Missouri currently that's already in the making.
So they really kind of branching out and creating. Now, that can become a problem if that exists for years and years and years, and they keep building these acres where they, kind of wanting everybody else away. That can cause a lot of friction with a lot of people if they continue to do that, because at that point, to me, it really turns into the KKK.
Well, my issue and problem I see foreseeing is you got that gung ho motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it's that one person that can fuck it up for everybody else.
Yeah.
Just like I was saying earlier, as long as you're allowing people to pass through your community without any harm coming to them, you'll have
be
that one
fine,
asshole
right, that's gonna do something dumb
and make it, and that's going to start the domino effect.
Yeah, you sure right.
But what's crazy is Eric Orwell, the creator and founder, doesn't even live in the community.
See, that's the
He
thing.
lives 15 miles
from that place.
from there, but
so what he's gonna do is govern that place away from it.
he's allegedly trying to get there. He just hasn't, according to him, financially, and I think he said something in regards to him not filing homestead to where his kids are. He has 4 kids, and he mentioned he has an excuse as to why he's not there, but his previous wife, who is the mother of his kids, currently live in the community.
I don't trust his ass.
Check this out. Now, again, this me playing devil's advocate, right? I think it's something shaky with that too.
it sounds.
But check this out, though. Think about a lot of black folk who own property in the hood, but they don't live there.
That's different, though. That's different. This is a community
Yeah,
that
It's a collective. This is a
They
collective
rent
of
that property.
individuals.
This is him saying this is what we need to do. Oh, but I
He's
ain't gonna
running
live over
everybody
there.
that's on this community, but he's residing
But I ain't
15
gonna live
miles
over
away.
there. He supposed to been the first person moved in.
That
Yeah,
sounds
lying.
funny as fuck to me.
He should have built the first house and should have planted the first
Occupied,
grass and tree in that 160 acres. Something about this is funny.
Yeah.
Now let me back up and give you a little backdrop. Now he lived here in Arkansas, and he established this following.
Mm-hmm.
Now the following that he established, they're the ones that actually put their money together and purchased this 160 acre by him. They chose to go to where he was. Now, so I'm sure with his words, he sucked them in.
Yeah.
But it definitely sounds cold. Like,
It sounds fishy
So
here.
we got-
but at the same time, I don't see why that 15 miles could have been added to that 160 acres.
if
You know
that
what
was
I'm
the
saying?
case, if you know, because see, something is gonna go wrong,
And he can exclude himself.
and he's gonna
I'm not
exclude
part of
himself.
them.
I don't live over there because he got a plan. I'm telling you, man. He got something up his sleeve.
Yeah, we got to
I
go
think.
go back to the original question. Where is this at? Because you were right, K Money. It is. So the Ozarks is the main portion is Missouri, Arkansas. They have the biggest portion. So I guess it's spread
Okay,
out.
so it makes
between
sense
many
why
states.
Missouri is already in this. They already have something going on.
So where
in
are they?
Missouri.
Because Missouri, Arkansas makes up the bigger, significant portions of it. But then it goes to Oklahoma, a little part of Oklahoma, a little part of Kansas, and a really small part of Illinois. So, where are they? Where are they located? Which state are they in?
Well, they mentioned they're in Arkansas.
Okay,
so
good.
they're definitely in Arkansas.
Ooh,
but yeah, like I
I
said,
still think it's something fishy, bro, with this here man. With the dude, not the founder, not living on the property. Something ain't right, bro.
Something's gonna go down.
Something ain't right, man.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? I don't know if y'all remember back in the day when they had the mass unaliving of that cult. Remember that cult? That cult. He was a religious.
Where were they?
David Koresh.
David Koresh.
I think it was. Didn't they own their land? They own their land.
Yeah, and he built on it.
They built on it. They
so it's
owned
the
it.
same idea.
Yeah,
But
so,
see, David Koresh wasn't he building, making weapons and stuff? They made weapons on that property.
I think so. Yeah, they were talking about World War III back then, and I think so. But they ended up like 81 people.
Hey, it was a lot of people.
It was
man.
a lot of people killed.
They killed a lot of people.
You said it was a mass suicide.
Mass
so
suicide.
it was gas or something that was used.
I think
right?
so.
Because when law enforcement came in,
They set it on fire. David Koresh and them set it on fire. He set certain parts on fire himself. I
Yeah.
mean, or he had the people do it.
So
to set
they
stuff on fire.
own their land too. That's what made me think about that story when you talk about this story. I was like, you know what, they own their land too. So I'm wondering, and him not living on the property,
See, that's what I'm saying.
it kind
man.
of sounds fishy.
it
now.
does sound fishy.
It's something fishy about it, man. I mean, but we won't know until something actually happens. But it's definitely something to follow and look for in the future, I would say. Because this, I want to know how this pan out, man.
Yeah, unfortunately, man, you know, it's people that believe the way this guy believes in every fucking state.
Yeah,
I'm sure. So it won't be hard for him to gain.
not at all.
You know, gain further contributions, which is helping to fund them. Which the funding is what's helping them grow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But in closing, man, I don't, like I stated earlier, bro, I really don't have a problem with what they're doing and how they're doing it. And I wish that we as a people could actually do something similar. You know, we always talking about doing something, but we're not actually following through with it, or we can't get enough involved to actually make a community like this of blacks or Chinese. Well, the Chinese have done it, or even the Jewish have done it.
Indians.
It's being done.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's a lot of red tape for a lot of other communities that's of different ethnicities that makes it hard for them to get the type of exposure that this guy is getting now. Even with social media, I'm sure it's not going to make it any easier for any other community. But again, with return to the land growing as it seems to be, man, I just hope we're able to move forward, man, just in a peaceful way. Y'all come back and join us next week. Peace. This concludes another True Tuesday episode, and be sure you tune in tomorrow for another episode of Women Wednesday with Freddie G. Don't forget to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast, Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast, and if you're on YouTube, don't forget to like and or subscribe. And to all my 52 Scott faithfuls, it may be new to you, but if you heard it here, then you know it's true.